Here's a fun fact about me. I love to see other women doing well, especially when they're women in midlife who are doing well. It makes me feel so inspired when I think about how I can do some of the same things that they did in my life to help build the community that I'm building. It makes me feel like anything is possible, right? So recently I started following this woman on YouTube. She's in her early 40s and she just monetized her channel in less than 3 months. She gives her viewers a behind the scenes glance, a look at all the wins that society tells us we should no longer expect at this age in life. I mean, sis is doing it, and I love her transparency and watching how her story unfolds with every new video that she puts up. But every coin has a flip side, and everybody you encounter, whether it's online on social media or in real life, is not going to be that transparent with you. In fact, they will be the exact opposite. As you start the journey of trying to build your own thing, right? They are going to question your motives. They will criticize you. Sometimes they will be gatekeepers of information that you need because they just don't want to see you win. I know you might be asking yourself, who is they, Quinn? I'm talking about other women. I don't know if you experienced this, but I certainly have. In midlife, making new friends, expanding your network, opening and closing your circle, whatever way you want to refer to it, it is stressful, okay? Everybody always talks about how important it is to find your people and get in the right rooms where it happens. But when have you ever heard anybody talk about what to do when you finally reach the door of that room that you're trying to get into, and then somebody slams the door in your face? In this video, I'm going to share 5 ways that can help you handle rejection because the networks that you're trying to build just aren't working. Hey sis, welcome to my channel. My name is Quinn Brewington, and this is a space for women over 40 who are on a journey to find answers to the questions, what now, what next, and what else. So if you're new to this channel and you're looking for information about how to regain and reframe your health, wealth, and self now that you're in your 40s, 50s, and beyond, you are in the absolute right place. Let me share a quick story with you. If you know me, then you know that I love a good women's empowerment conference, right? I just love them. There's one that I've been to several times that's aimed at women in the corporate sector. It's loads of fun. They have amazing speakers, and it's just super informative all the way around. If you don't already know, I have an annual women's conference of my own. It's called the Second Act Summit. And not long ago, I reached out to the organizer of the other conference. I didn't know her personally, but she was or is a friend of a friend. So I reached out and I told her how impressed I'd been with the conference that she puts on, which is true. I shared my story and how I'd launched my own conference back in 2020, and I was just looking to connect in the hopes of just learning some best practices for how to grow my own conference, right? So let me preface this by saying that yes, some of our audiences did overlap, right, for my conference and her conference, but there was a clear distinction in my view. My summit is for women over 40, and the other conference is for any professional women that's of any age, right? My summit attracts a couple hundred women every year, and the other one pulls in between 3,000 and 4,000 people, no joke. So she was light years ahead of me in terms of experience and audience. So anyway, she agreed to have lunch with me, which I was really excited about. Remember, all this is taking place over email, and then she gave me her phone number, which I was like super excited to get, and so I felt like she was very welcoming. So a day or two before we were supposed to meet, I sent a confirmation email. Hey girl, so I can't wait to meet you in person, blah, 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 blah. And I heard crickets. So I called. You know how you can tell when someone sends you to voicemail? I was like, what? What are you doing? I still wasn't getting it. So I spent the next couple of days literally leaving voicemails and emailing her again and again, but still nothing. Oh, girl completely ghosted me. Now, if you've ever had that happen, you know how it feels. It stings. I mean, all of this happened over email, so nobody else saw it, but I was embarrassed. I felt silly chasing this woman for as long as I did, and then I started feeling a little angry. I mean, this is not what connection, community, and collaboration was supposed to look like, right? That's not what they told us. If I'm being super honest, I was low-key humiliated, and I spent some time sort of licking my wounds and figuring out what to do next. So here's two things I learned from that experience. One, every room that you want access to may not be for you. And two, it's perfectly fine. The key is you cannot let it stop you from continuing to open other doors, because you never know who might be in those rooms. So what can you do when someone you thought would be able to help you build actually slams the door in your face? Let me share a few things that have helped me along the way. The first thing is, don't take it personally. For me, that was tough because I had multiple conversations with this woman, so it made me question my own intuition because I felt like I got played. And to me, that felt very personal. But most of the time, it's not even about you. For all I knew, something terrible could have happened. And she doesn't know me, I don't know her, and she owes me nothing. I had to learn not to assign outcomes to myself, and I had to remind myself that her response does not define my worth or my potential to connect with other people. So keep your focus on the bigger picture. The next thing is, I had to evaluate the situation. I had to do some introspection, some work with myself, and ask myself, was this really the right door for me? Sometimes rejection is just redirection towards something that's a better fit. So maybe that space wasn't where I needed to be, or she wasn't the connection that I needed to hook up with. And so it wouldn't have been a fulfilling relationship. So I had to take the opportunity to reflect on that and then move forward with more clarity. Next, her rejection forced me to reach out to my own existing network. When one door closes, turn to the people that you know best, who already have shown up for you. Remember when I said she was the friend of a friend? Well, I reached out to that friend about the situation because I just wanted to understand. As it turned out, she had an opportunity right after this happened to recommend a speaker for a breakout session at this very same conference. So guess whose name she put up? Little old me. So the front door was slammed, but the sliding glass door was thrown wide open, honey. And I got a chance to speak in front of more than 200 women at this conference. My picture and my bio was shared with 3,000 people in the program booklet. There are people who will make you feel like crap, but all it takes is that one to believe in you and to remind you that you're not alone in this journey. So next, no matter what, keep opening new doors. This one is big. You can't let one bad experience stop you. If you did, I would never be sitting here filming this video right now. You have got to keep putting yourself out there. Join new groups, attend different events, or even take up a new hobby. Every door is a new opportunity, and you never know when you'll walk into the right one. So make sure that you are getting in the room still, no matter how uncomfortable it might feel to you. Finally, practice grace. Most of the time, you have not been here before. You've not been in this place. So be gentle and treat yourself with a little bit of grace. Just because someone shuts you out or shuts you down does not mean you have to respond in kind. Responding instead with grace not only reflects your character, but also makes room for positive energy to come back your way. Remember, I took the stage at a conference where the organizer wouldn't even speak to me. She ghosted me. And to this day, I've still never spoken to her. But I was featured on the Instagram page of that same conference, in the booklet, and who knows where else. It lives on. It's still there, and I still get traction from it. So be graceful and be grateful. It's all a part of the process. I know that finding your community and getting into new rooms, especially later in life, can feel like an uphill battle sometimes. But you've got this. For every door that closes, there's another one waiting to be opened by you. And behind it could be the people who are going to walk beside you on this next chapter of your life. So keep going, keep showing up, and most importantly, keep opening those doors, because you didn't come this far just to come this far. If this video resonates with you, be sure to like it, subscribe it, and share it with someone who you think needs to hear it today. And remember, the right connection is out there. It's just one door away. I'll see you in the next video.